Well, good morning. Today is November 10th, 2025. It is Monday. And yesterday, I was supposed to do day two in the Love Dare. But when I was making my notes, I realized because I had kind of woken up late, slept in, we only had like 30 minutes to get to church. And so we're like, we got to get down to Legacy. We have like 30 minutes. We need to get going. And I'm glad we made it because the pastor was talking out of Proverbs chapter 31, and it was a really good teaching. So you get a chance, look up yesterday's teaching with Legacy of Albuquerque. He's a guest speaker, and he's reading out of chapter 31 of Proverbs. So I'm going to dive right in because I promised I would try to make these videos as short as possible. Be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving each other, just as God in Christ also forgave you. And that's Ephesians 4:32. Okay. I'm just going to go over my notes real quick, and then I'll give more of an explanation. Kindness takes initiative. Kindness thinks ahead. It does not sit there waiting to be prompted or coerced before getting off the couch. Kindness is being the first to greet, the first to give a smile, and first to forgive. Now, just to let you know, everything that I'm reading comes straight out of the Love Dare, okay? So these aren't my words, they're just what's in there. Gentleness. When you're operating from kindness, you are careful how you treat your spouse, never being callous or harsh. Helpfulness. Housework. Give a listening ear. Finding a way to serve your spouse. What can you do to serve your spouse? Things you could help out with. Things that you normally wouldn't, And I'll give a quick example. House cleaning, okay? I'm a smoker, and I smoke non-filters. I leave these all over the house all the time. It's ridiculous. You come into the house, from the minute you walk through the door to where we sit in the living room, you're gonna find these because they fall off the table. I don't throw them in the ashtray like I ought to, okay? So help with stuff like that. Help keep tidy. Help whatever it is that your wife needs help with, okay, or husband. In addition to saying nothing negative to your spouse today, do at least one unexpected gesture as an act of kindness. Now, one of the things the book did say, patience avoids a problem. Okay, that patience was day one. Patience avoids a problem. Kindness creates a blessing. Kindness is proactive, which means you gotta do stuff, okay? You can't just think it, you can't just wish it, and you can't just pray it, okay? Praying's good, but you can't just sit there and pray and have kindness. It takes action, okay? You must make the first move. Now, normally, I really tried, in fact, I'm going to use two examples. I'll make them quick. The first one was years back. I want to say 10 years ago, okay? 10 years ago, my wife and I can't even remember what we were fighting about, arguing about. We had some kind of disagreement, and we just had this weird radio silence with each other. I was not talking to her, she was not talking to me, and this went on for like almost a week, okay? And so one day I just grabbed the keys and I got mad and went down to Walgreens. And while I was walking through Walgreens, I can't even remember what I was getting, but I heard a couple talking and they're like, oh, look, gelato, blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, I don't think either of us have ever tried gelato, but this couple were stoked that they had it. So I grabbed two of them, one for me, one for my wife, just little pint size, maybe half pint size, I don't know, whatever, just little containers of gelato. Came home. Now, admit I had an attitude, but I said, "Here, I got you something," and I kind of flung it on the counter. I said, "Here you go." And I told her, I was like, it's a caramel chocolate, gelato. And she's like, okay. We both ate our gelatos. We had such an amazing night. We ended up going to bed together, and the rest is none of your business. But we had a great night, and it broke that radio silence, and it was wonderful. We laughed about it. It was insane. Okay. The other one I'm going to give, there's a couple where, they look like they're very happy on the outside. On the inside, behind doors, they practically hate each other. Okay. And she was venting one day to myself and my wife. And whenever, and I just want to say this real quick. If you're ever talking to the opposite sex and you're going to and they're venting about their spouse, make sure you have somebody else there to hold you accountable, okay? Because you could put yourself in a bad place when the other person is venting about their spouse, and then you may get the thought to start venting about your spouse, and then there starts to become problems, okay? But Angela and I were together, and I told this woman, I said, because she's like, I just wish my husband loved me. I wish he would just cherish me, and treat me like a woman and all this. And so I told her, I said, do you want your husband to do that? Let me tell you something. Do this. Go up to your husband, sit on his lap, give him a kiss, and tell him how much you love him and how grateful you are for him. Do that, and I guarantee you're going to get a lot of positive feedback. Okay? You're going to get a positive response really quick, probably instantly. She told me, she's like, no, he needs to do it to me first. And I was just like, she doesn't really want it. Okay? Now that's just pride. When she said he needs to do it first, that's pride. She expects him to change and treat her good so that she treats him good. That's not how it works, okay? Because what if he thinks the same thing, right? She needs to do it first. He's going to nosedive right into the ground, and it's just going to stay the same. Nothing's going to change. Nothing changes, okay? I know that whenever Ange and I are aggravated with each other, and I'm not afraid to say it, because if you're in a relationship and you guys are not aggravated with each other, something's wrong. That's just my opinion. But you live with somebody, you're going to get on each other's nerves. I find that if we have those moments, it takes just one small act of kindness to break that. Whether it's me doing something for her or her doing something for me. We could be having an attitude in the car with each other, and just something simple like me reaching over and rubbing her neck, and I know all her favorite spots, that can change quick. Okay? The whole attitude, the whole day, it to 180 everything. So my homework for you, should you do it, is, for one, read Ephesians 4:32. Read the entire chapter. I say, just read it. But also read Proverbs 31. It's a good read. Pastor Skip Heitzig from Calvary of Albuquerque, he once said, if you're a man, you're looking for a woman, read chapter 31 in Proverbs. If you want to be a good wife and you're looking to be a wife, read chapter 31. So it's wisdom in action, Proverbs 31. So I hope you get something out of this if you made it this far. I would appreciate comments, because I don't know if people watch the end. I don't go into my profile and look at the insights and how much people have watched or how far they got into the video or what percentage people watch. So if you watch the whole thing, let me know. It's just nice to get some kind of feedback. Also too, about photography. Fall's coming. The Bosque, beautiful place to take pictures. So if you're interested, hit us up. So see you until next time.